All right, welcome to Columbia, South Carolina. You can get a retirement dream home, even with a retirement dream lifestyle where a lot of people really don't think it, and it's a lot less than what you expect. So in this video, we're going to dive right into the real life and cost of retiring here in Columbia at 3 different price points. It's around the 300K mark, the 600K mark, and the 900 to a million K mark. Listen, if you hang around to the end, I'm actually going to give you the lifestyles of the rich and famous, and I'll show you some of the neighborhoods that people on the million plus retire in here if you've got the money. And by the end, what I want you to learn in this video is that you'll not only be able to picture a day in your Columbia retirement and the kind of things that you can do here, but you'll also understand the costs. This is your first time to the channel, what a lot of people don't realize, and I've just started realizing this fact. So 80% of the people that watch my channel, they're not subscribers. It doesn't hurt to subscribe to do anything. It doesn't give you any more, but it helps with the algorithm to show people more and allows me to help more people move into Columbia like this. So please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, or actually, don't click it. If you don't want to be the one and you just want to look it up, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up. Let me know where you are in this video. Are you looking more into 300, 600, 900, a million plus? Tell me how I can make it even more valuable to you with the information that I share across this channel. And let's go ahead and get right into a day in the life of retirees right here in Columbia. Okay, let's give you a scenario. I want to show you everything. Let's start off with lifestyle. This is why I would move here, is for the lifestyle. The money's just a bonus. And we're going to get into that a little bit later too, just how that works. But imagine starting your retirement day off. This is the way I would do if I had nothing better to do. In Columbia, in the Columbia sun, just peeking over the tree line. You step outside your front door to the crisp morning air. The winters are mild here, unless it's this weekend where we have some freezing temperatures. So even January welcomes a gentle walk a lot of times. So many retirees begin their day on like the Columbia Riverwalk downtown, and it may just be walking in your neighborhood or at Harbison State Forest. It could be anywhere. If you're feeling adventurous, you might even drive 30 minutes over to Congaree National Park. So 26,000 acre natural wonder, one of the last ones in the entire United States. The park's boardwalk trails, it winds beneath towering cypress trees and rare wildlife. After working up an appetite, you might head down to Main Street. A lot of this has been renovated. It's being renovated even more. If it's a Saturday morning, you might even go down to Soda City, where it's like a marketplace down there on Main Street, and it's incredible to walk through and what you can do. Or maybe you just stop by a Drip on Main Street for a freshly brewed latte. If you prefer a sunny table at Immaculate Consumption for a pastry, it's one of the local favorites. And if you're near the Vista, maybe you go into some of the coffee shops or brunch spots that are there. The vibe is just friendly, it's unhurried. Plenty of fellow retirees reading the paper, chatting with USC students. They frequent a lot of the same shops. So you've got generations sitting back and talking. It's very welcoming. And by mid-morning, you've already enjoyed nature, great coffee, and you realize this feels like the good life. And it's only the beginning of your day. The money value of time. As we get older, many of us start to value our time even more than our money. And it's hard to believe these days, but in Columbia, that philosophy shines through in how retirees choose their homes and how they spend their day. Here's what I'm talking about. Listen, instead of buying the cheapest house possible that needs a ton of work, retirees are often buying more turnkey homes. I'm having them buy a lot more brand new build type homes too. But either way, whether it's resale or new build, they're move-in ready and they don't require a lot of time, because time is precious in retirement, and every hour spent repairing a leaky roof or remodeling a kitchen is an hour not spent with your grandkids, playing pickleball like everybody's getting into now, or watching a Lake Murray sunset. What else fills the mornings here? Listen, it can be year-round gardening. Many people don't realize that you're tending roses in November and you're growing tomatoes as early as April. The winters are fairly mild, so people will get just manageable yards. But even You're talking people, guys don't mind spending the HOAs anymore, especially when it includes yard maintenance in the front and the backyards. A lot of times just the front. HOA includes pressure washing. HOA includes many of these things that take time out of your day to do. Just got to get busy living, and Columbia can be the absolute place to do it. Maybe you spend your late morning planting azaleas or walking your dog around the block. Maybe you meet friends for a late breakfast. The key is you're not spending it ripping out old carpet or fixing up a fixer-upper. That money value of time philosophy means you might invest a bit more upfront for a home that's already updated. But in return, you get that instant lifestyle. And lifestyle is exactly what we're going to explore next as our day in the life continues into a leisurely Columbia afternoon. So we talked about the morning things to do, what I would do if I were a retiree. Let's talk about the leisurely afternoons. By noon in Columbia, the day's warmed up nicely. You might even decide to grab lunch with friends. And one of the great things about retiring here in a close-knit community that many find is it's common to quickly befriend neighbors or join local groups. Perhaps you drive over to Lexington, a suburb just west of the city, to meet another retired couple for lunch at a lakeside restaurant. There's nothing like dining with a view of Lake Murray. I'm watching the sailboats drift by as you enjoy shrimp and grits. It can be whatever you want. Lake Murray's just always a huge plus because it's 50,000 acres with 650 miles of shoreline. So you've got restaurants over it, you've got parks to walk around in, you've got all kinds of stuff. And after lunch, maybe you even swing by the local farmers market over off of 302, and it's got loads that you can walk through over there as well. Now, you can also, there's so many things to do, from the Columbia Museum of Art, and you do get senior discounts on certain days, to the historic South Carolina State Museum that a lot of people love too. Retirees get involved at Riverbank Zoo and Garden. There's all kind of programs over there, or even at the local schools, libraries, hospitals. There's a strong spirit of giving back in this community too. Maybe you volunteer even at the Congaree National Park Center once a week, or you join a church group that organizes charity drives. You'll find that staying active and connected is easier here because there are clubs for everything, from bird watching all the way to ballroom dancing. You're back home, relaxing on your porch. The porch might just be your favorite room of the house. It's a place where you can sip some sweet tea, read a book, and wave at the neighbors as they walk by. In fact, one retiree of mine actually said, "We retired to South Carolina 6 years ago and are thankful every day for our community and our home." They posted a photo of the view from their front porch, which happened to be the best place, the one where they had sky orange and purple looking right over Lake Murray. Moments like that will give you goosebumps, and they remind you why you chose Columbia. You might even take the boat out if you're on Lake Murray like that and watch the purple martins at sunset. And there's so many different spots like that everywhere. Sunsets on Lake Murray are legendary. USA Today actually voted it the #1 best lake for water sports in 2025. So no matter what you're doing, your social calendar can be more full than it ever was when you're working. And by nightfall, as the crickets chirp and a gentle breeze rustles the palmetto trees, you realize this wasn't just a vacation day. This is everyday life when you retire right here in Columbia, South Carolina. It's pretty enticing. Give me a call and let me talk about it to you more. I have many people that are commenting on my videos saying they're thinking about it. Let me get you over the edge. I've lived here 52 years and it's incredible. What can you get at $300,000 price range? Well, listen, you can find comfortable, very comfortable single family homes or spacious townhomes in a great area. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, around 1,800 to 2,200 square feet. Often with modern updates. For example, Lake Carolina, listen, they've got stuff all the way from $300,000 all the way to $1.5 million. The median sales price is about $371,000. Maybe that you have to get an older one, but the community over there, they've got incredible stuff. I mean, it might be exactly what you're looking for. They have trails, they have pools, they have pickleball courts, a lakeside park. They've got all kinds of things over there, and it's right in the neighborhood. Now, I have been looking in Lexington a good bit lately. I went and videoed for 2 different people that are retirees, possibly coming down from New Jersey and Boston, and they're townhouses by Stanley Martin with a master downstairs. The one at 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath those are $250,000. Must have a big HOA. $130 a month. Gets you pressure washing, gets you maintenance in the front and backyard. It pays for the roof when it comes time. It also gives the CL 100. Prices and HOAs here are nothing like they are up north and out west. They're not near as bad. Now, we've got some bad ones, condos downtown and even in Saluda River Club. Even those, a lot of times, where you're paying $500 and $600 a month. Those pale in comparison to what you're going to get in downtown and what you're paying in your HOA there. You've got places everywhere for these. Here in Irmo, I've done in affordable homes. Go look at those. There's some by Lanier. There's some by Great Southern that are patio homes. Again, townhomes with a garage. I couldn't believe it when I was doing it. That's the $300,000 price range. And a lot of these, even in West Columbia, Casey, you can find a single family all brick building for exactly the same thing. And it may be the lifestyle that you're looking for in the avenues close to the university in downtown. Give me a call and let's find out together. What does $600,000 get you? In the $600K range, you're looking a little more luxury. Definitely new builds. You get some incredible luxury. You can get 5-6 bedroom homes luxury for $600,000 here in Columbia, and that might be $400 to $600 a year in the HOA. Doesn't include landscaping, but you get a community pool, you get a community clubhouse, all of that. You can get a great, now you're looking at a higher HOA, but in Saluda River Club, you can get a lot for $600K. Different things like that, even beautiful neighborhoods in Irmo here like Ascot. They offer stately brick homes on larger lots that $600 would easily get you a 5-bedroom traditional home there. 3-car garage plus membership at Ascot Swim and Tennis Club. If being closer to downtown is more important for you, $600K can even get you a historic Charmer in Shandon or Forest Acres. These are central neighborhoods known for their character. But again, the new scale, new construction communities that are in Blythewood, that are in Lexington, that are in Irmo, that are in Chapin, you can get the same things, and it's turnkey updated kitchens with granite, hardwood floors, maybe even a sunroom or screened-in porch. Listen, expect many homes at this tier to be on larger lots or even near a golf course, near water, whether it's Lake Murray, whether it's another lake over in Carolina Lakes. In fact, some homes in the mid-500s and 600s even come with a deeded boat slip on Lake Murray, meaning you don't pay waterfront prices, but you still get lake access. So you get a house you can take your boat to, and some of them even have boat storage areas within the neighborhood, whether they're slips or just storage. At the 1 million mark, you're hitting that 1 million mark. Columbia puts you firmly in the luxury home category. Easy. We're talking 5+ bedrooms, custom construction, perhaps lakefront or golf course properties, or exclusively gated communities. For example, Kings Grant is an upscale gated neighborhood very close to downtown. It's $1 million, could get you a 4,000 square foot home with colonial high-end finishes. Wildewood, it's on one of Columbia's premier golf course communities. It's got $1 million, easily gets you a sprawling estate, 5 bedrooms, pool in the backyard, sitting on golf course with majestic pines all around. There's so many things that it can do for you. If your dream's lakefront living, listen, the average home price on Lake Murray is usually around $1 million. Not the low end, like on Lake Norman. On the low end, you're getting $1 million house. You could even say median. You got to remember, look at those definitions when people say median and average. Median is directly in the middle of all the homes that you're talking about. Average, you add them all together, divide by that number, and it's giving you the average. There is a difference. Most people in real estate use the word median, and it fools you because people are thinking average. So one relocating buyer from out of state was stunned that even high-end new developments here were relatively affordable. As they said, the subdivision was more overpriced than what we expected for South Carolina, but it was definitely worth it. A sentiment I hear a lot when people realize for what a tiny condo costs in, say, New York or California, they can get a mini mansion right here in Columbia. You're talking dream home territory. I like looking at these a lot of times, even though I'll never be in one. Paint a quick picture. These are homes that make you say, wow. Lake Murray Estates. Picture a 5,000 square foot custom built home in Timberlake or Lake Murray's exclusive peninsula neighborhood with a private dock, perhaps an infinity pool overlooking the water, interior design straight out of a magazine. In fact, I did one, there was a $2.5 million house that I did in luxury neighborhoods. Go into my playlist and look for the luxury ones. There's some in Golden Hills, there's some in Saluda River Club, and what you can get there. These are neighborhoods I've talked about recently right here in this video. Also, there's one in Irmo that is, I think it's 2.5 acres, and it surrounded the entire thing. The thing was built in like 2019, and it is luxurious with 9 bedrooms, had a chicken coop in there, it had a huge pool, had an entire basement full of like pool room. And I did one in one neighborhood that I would definitely have if I'm in a luxury house. I'm going to put the tub inside the shower so I can overflow it, and it goes right down there. Great southern home that was awesome. Properties like that, like a $1.7 million lake property, you drive through a gated entrance, down a palm-lined driveway to a Mediterranean-style villa. These are the ones, every time we have a new coach come into Carolina, you hear that he's on the lake somewhere. These are the type things that $1.5+ million can buy you. Okay, let's talk HOA fees, property taxes, utilities, insurance, and all the savings that come with being seniors in retirement. I'm gonna sort of skip through this pretty quick. There is a lot of breaks you get, from military to seniors to Social Security to a lot of things. You gotta give me a call and talk to me for me to go over every single one that you can get. I'm just gonna go through the highlights right here on this video. Let's talk HOAs first. Now listen, most people are either going to get townhomes or single family homes here. We really don't have a lot of condos. Condos are going to be downtown. Like I said, 95% of what I do is in the suburbs, Lexington, Blythewood, Chapin. And in most of those neighborhoods, they run 500, 600, 700 a year. I told you earlier, just on brand new ones and everything that they cover, and you're talking about on townhomes, 130 to 150 a month. Now, my parents live in a great, it's not a retirement community, but it's patio homes that are single family homes. They're just very side by side. But the community is incredible, and they pay for landscaping and everything. They pay about $300 a quarter. Let's talk about property taxes and some of the wins that you can get here. Property taxes are some of the lowest in the nation. The average effective property tax rate in South Carolina is only about 0.5% of a home's value. You compare that to 1% and 2% in many other states. On a $300,000 home, you're talking only $1,500 a year. It's not that bad. Now, if you're 65 or older and a legal resident for at least 1 year, you qualify for the homestead exemption. That means that the first $50,000 off your home's fair market value, you're exempt from property taxes. For example, if you're a $300,000 house, you might be taxed at like $250 instead. South Carolina is extremely friendly for retirees on this account. This state does not tax Social Security at all, and it provides a sizable income tax deduction for seniors on other retirement income as well. Bottom line, lower taxes means retirement income stretches a lot further. Let's go into senior tax deductions for like state income tax. I'd be remiss not to mention how South Carolina helps you on the income side of the equation also. We mentioned no tax on Social Security. That's huge. In addition, South Carolina gives 65 plus an income tax deduction of up to $10,000. This includes pensions, IRA withdrawals, etc., things like that. And if you're military retirement pay is exempt, period. South Carolina is so friendly to military. These policies are a big reason top 5 tax friendly for retiree states. More of your hard-earned money stays in your pocket. If you're disabled, you don't even property taxes. You don't pay on your primary home, and you don't pay for the first 2 cars that you have. Now we'll talk utilities. Columbia's utility costs are 10% below the national average, which isn't bad. What you have to watch out for are those hot months when you've got to run that AC to make sure that you stay cool. Because those hot months and the humid, especially as you get older, you can still go outside, but you just got to be careful when you go out there, especially if you get overheated, drink plenty of water, things like that. Energy and power, gas might run you $200 per month over the year, the average. In the depths of July, your electric bill might spike up a good bit higher than that, especially if you've got just an older home with single pane windows and not dual pane windows, and they're not as green homes that you're talking about. Water sewer, it runs about $130 a month. Columbia City water isn't expensive, but some areas on well water would have essentially no water bill beyond maintenance because it uses electric to do it. Trash pickup included in the taxes most of the time. For those that it's not, in some parts of Lexington County, $20 a month, if that. Internet, $60 to $80 for a good high-speed connection. I think I pay $55, $60 a month now myself. So a lot of those. Insurance, homeowners insurance. We're not on the coast. You don't have to worry. You're spared the hurricane winds and saltwater damage risk. We're in a perfect location that we're not far from the beach or not far from the mountains, but you don't have those costs. For example, one large 36 square foot home with a pool in the Columbia suburbs might cost about $1,600 a year to insure. That's roughly about $133 a month. Not too bad at all. Flood insurance, most places. I have not moved somebody into a place that was in a flood zone. Maybe I might have moved them twice in the last 8 years, if that. And they didn't pay much because they had an elevation certificate. Ask me about that later. Healthcare costs. On average, South Carolina healthcare costs, it's about 18% lower than the national average. We've got all kinds of healthcare here. Go to my hospital videos. It'll show you where all the primary healthcare is around. Most people never have, no matter where you live, you have no problem finding a hospital or being near at one. A lot of people worry about that. Big picture, cost of living in Columbia is about 10 to 15% below the U.S. average overall. Low housing costs, 31% below the national average on housing, low taxes, and reasonable healthcare and utility costs. This is what you're talking about when you need to filter these things in. Now, I was going to give a couple more insights on things, retirees that I've moved here, what they have to say here. But because I've given so many facts in this video, you don't want to sit here and listen to me talk about a lot of other people's stories, which I could tell you over the phone if you call me or over a Zoom call. Definitely give me a call in Zoom. I love meeting face-to-face with people and establishing a plan for what you want to do. But you don't want to listen to that when you want to make your own stories. When it comes to these insights, I have people that tell me on the friendly community what everybody loves about it and the kind of people that they meet here. On the decision to avoid fixer-uppers, many people talk about low cost of new builds here, and I'm doing more of them. 28% of our entire MLS has been sold in the last 6 months, are all brand new homes. We're doing a lot of that. On the cost of living and value, people are surprised when they get here. Just not only in the price of homes, but the cost of living, the everyday life, and even the utilities. I've heard other people here in Columbia on YouTube videos talk about how much more expensive it can be on utilities, and I just don't see that. I'll tell you ways around it. But they have a lot of surprise factors when it comes to groceries, fuel, entertainment. It's a lot more affordable than other areas. Climate and lifestyle. Columbia has seasons. Go check my weather videos out. Healthcare and convenience. We have VA hospital, military community, many healthcare options all over the place. Once again, check my hospital video out. On finding their own tribe, they want to know, will I fit in? I have clients tell me all the time they can't believe the community that they're starting to join, whether it's through church, whether it's through their neighborhood, whether it's through just going out in the nightlife or going out to concerts and doing things that they never thought they would even be doing. They love it here. And again, to sum it all up, people move here for the cost of living all the time. They don't even think about the lifestyle. They stay here and end up retiring here and thriving here. because they love the lifestyle. Is Columbia, South Carolina a retirement destination? It may be, it may not be. I would love to help you if it is. Give me a call, text, email, better yet, like I said, let's get on a Zoom call and meet face to face. I am the same person. I am right here. I'm honest. I love talking to people. I love dealing with people. It's a natural God-given talent. I make people feel comfortable in the decisions that they're making. And I will tell you, I promise, if I think you're making a bad decision. Talk to some of my clients too. I do videos for people relocating here when they can't get here, and they feel so much more comfortable in the videos that I do because I give the good and bad out of every video. Go check on how to spot a bad house. I do every bit of those in my video. Most of my videos that I send to clients are 20 minutes plus. Listen, retirement's not just about a house. Like I've said many times on this video, it's about a lifestyle. Schedule that Zoom call with me. Text me. Call me. Whatever it might be. And please, like I described in the beginning, hit that subscribe button. Help me get that algorithm out there so I can help more people like you every single day. I can expand my business and I can do it right. Go check my picking an agent out. 50% are good, 50% are horrible. It's probably more the horrible than it is the good. I can even tell you good agents. And I'm helping many people that are not choosing Columbia, but they're choosing in the United States or anywhere else in the South. I am helping them out and find an agent. Whether it's me interviewing other agents, I find them somewhere. I do get a referral out of it, but it's free to you. So it's another separate part of business that I do. Give me some feedback in the comments. I love hearing these comments. And until the next video,